Good morning. We're back up at the gold mine today. We need to hook up our electricity, which means the generator. So we got everything loaded in our cart, our jackhammer, gloves, metal detector, particle mask, and a black light. That should be enough stuff. Today. Got to check our air flow, make sure it's sucking air. And that blows down this pipe, that way over, down, into the mine. We'll just tie this in a nice square knot, like that, and we're good to go. And we hook our safety line right to that, and golden. All right, last thing to do is hook the cart onto the winch, and let's run it down to the bottom of the mine, see how it's doing down there. Seems good enough-ish. All right, the cart made it down. Let's get down there. So normally this train track is tight up against that wooden beam over there. So it looks like it's probably floated out during a flood down here. And most likely the entire track will need to be rebedded. So let's see if we can get that done real quick. All right, we have the mine track sorted out. Let's go ahead and just inspect the tunnel. Make sure we don't have any cave-ins or any spiders or snakes to deal with. Got our little flashlight. You can see we have quite a bit of groundwater in here. It's a little wet. I don't see anything badish. Obviously the train track will get sorted out once we get some dirt coming and going out of here. Yeah, I don't see any cave-ins, so that's a good thing. But there are a lot of mosquitoes. I don't know if you can see this. Man, we're gonna have to get that sorted out. I'm sure once we start jackhammering in here, they'll get out. All right, but it looks like the tunnel's in good shape, so let's get to work. All right. Good Lord. All right, we got the first load jackhammered out of there. Let's go take a look at all of our debris pile. So we have all this dirt on the ground now. We've uncovered a lot of the schist colored stuff. And then down here in the bottom corner, we had a bunch of white quartz looking things. Well, we won't know until we get it up on top. So let's gear up to muck it out. All right, that's better. I can hear you guys now. So we ran the jackhammer. We have a whole pile of stuff. And we're going to switch over to our mucking shovel. Going to run the cart down the tunnel and start loading it up. All right, we'll run a camera here as long as we can. I'm not sure if it's going to come out or not. And it's probably going to be a lot of vibration as I throw dirt in the ore cart. A lot of work digging in the mine. Uh-oh. You guys okay there? So I have a little camera up here on my helmet, and I just crushed it in the roof. That's not good. All right, that's gonna just about do it for this load. Oh my goodness. Let's push this thing back to the station. And right now the track is not very level. We made it. All right. Gotta get the cart under the locking thing. And I don't really think it matters. All right. Wow, that's a lot of work. All right, let's go up top and dump this thing. So that's one load done. 3 more to go. Well, it's not done yet. We still have to go up. All right, you guys ride up with the mine cart. We're gonna put on our safety harness and head on up. The hardest part for myself is making sure the cable's not twisted. All right, looks like you guys made it okay. Yeah, we got a cart on backwards. We'll have to work on that next time around. All I usually do is give it a little swing. Bring it down on the track. There we go. And we're good to go again. All right, we'll let you guys ride the minecart down one time. Might as well, right? Going down is about like going up, just the other way. And we're ready to go again. Need to fill this thing in. It's got slack underneath it. It kind of bounces. That's not good. Alright. Make sure our camera's still on. Are you guys still on? You look okay. Alright, we're going to say that's enough. Our cart's not full, but sometimes it's just easier to quit. So as you guys know, as we expose new rock down here in the mine, I like to use the black light and go back in there and look for gemstones and stuff. To do that, we got to turn off our helmet lamp because that'll just confuse everything. All right, we got our light out. We have our black light at the end of the tunnel. Let's look around and see what we got. So this was the area that was super bright when we were chiseling it with the jackhammer, and it still has a lot. Ooh, super bright reds in there. We're gonna chip that out and take it with us. Let's look up further across. Yeah, this whole line looks pretty good. So whatever this stuff is, whatever that stuff is pretty good. Oh, look at this bright spot. There's going to be something in there. That's going to be a ruby most likely, or a sapphire. We don't know, but we're going to dig it out. There's another big bright chunk here on the side. Let's see if I can get a better light for you. See the bright? See that brightness? That's pretty awesome. Up here on the roof, usually there's not a lot. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, we're gonna chip that out for sure. That's some good stuff there. Further across the roof, I don't see a lot more. Maybe a little bit of stuff right there, but nothing to write home about. All right, but we're gonna put the black light away, and I'm gonna go get the metal detector. We also want to look for gold while we're down here. So the metal detector I'm using is called Vibra King. I bought it when we were doing a lot of stuff in the Bahamas underwater. So yeah, it works pretty good if you like go across a screw or something. Makes a nice beeping noise. So we'll head back in the back of the tunnel again. And we're only going to look around the edges that we just chiseled out. Let me get my helmet light on so we can maybe have a shot at seeing stuff. And all we're doing is moving through here. And sometimes if you move fast, it'll trigger, but that's not a real target. So you got to go several times in the same direction just to see if anything pops out. There's a few little targets, but probably not worth digging. There's also a lot of iron in this material, so you'll get flashes sometime when we get some iron in there. But yeah, we'll say that's inconclusive at best. So let's go ahead and get our ore cart up on the surface, and we'll do some checking up there with the shaker table. I think we'll let you guys ride up on the ore cart. I know you just did it, but Might as well go again. Got to get the cable hooked up. I can't tell you how many times I've climbed to the top and forgot to hook the cable up on the cart. Then you just got to climb back down and hook it up and climb back up again. That's a lot of no fun. We're also going to put on our safety harness because, well, you know, safety first. I'm glad you guys made it. Everybody say gold mine. So we haven't used our shaker table since fall, and the water level is really low. And unfortunately what we have to do is fill this bottom tank. Well, we have to fill these buckets up, and it's going to drain this outside tank. And unfortunately I think the pump is already out of the water. So we're not going to be able to run it until we get some more water. So I think that's going to do it from the Rusty Pail Gold Mine. You guys make sure to get outside, do something fun, come back and tell me about it.